If JD Vance is going to go out on the trail, so to speak, the way Joe Biden did for Obama, right? The way that Gore did for Clinton and the rest, he's likely to speak his mind here. So you can't have it both ways, JD. You can't say, I don't trust the criminal justice system, but I extol the virtue of the Supreme Court and the criminal justice system and the judges who all dismiss the cases against. He's supposedly in charge of the confirmation hearings. How are those going so far? There hasn't even been one yet. I think one's coming up in about a week or two. And now he goes on Fox News and he gives a statement about who should and should not be pardoned. I'm Michael Popok. You're on the Midas Touch Network and on Legal AF. Remember JD Vance? I haven't seen him lately.
Remember when Trump told his fans they were special? Well, now they're feeling about as special as a participation trophy at the Loser Olympics. JD Vance, Trump's supposed BFF, just took a big old dump on the Jan 6 pardon party. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Nick Fuentes is throwing a hissy fit that would make a 2-year-old proud. Is this the end of the MAGA love affair? Or will Trump sweet talk his way out of this mess like he's trying to convince a cop he wasn't speeding? Looks like Trump's pardon party just got a surprise guest, and it's not the fun kind. JD Vance, Trump's supposed bestie, decided to crash the MAGA bash with all the grace of a bull in a china shop. If the china shop was selling MAGA hats and Trump 2024 flags. So picture this.
So you can't have it both ways, JD. You can't say, I don't trust the criminal justice system, but I extol the virtue of the Supreme Court and the criminal justice system and the judges who all dismiss the cases against. Once again, why did we vote for Donald Trump and JD Vance? I'm sure is being said over kitchen tables around America starting right now. During an act of civil disobedience, he wrote on social media based on Vance's statements that he's absolutely emotionally distraught right now.
Vance struts on to Fox News, probably thinking he's about to drop some hot takes that'll make Trump proud. Instead, he opens his mouth and out comes a doozy that's got MAGA fans scratching their heads harder than they do trying to understand science. Vance basically says, hey, those January 6 folks who got a bit too rowdy, yeah, no pardons for them. You can almost hear the collective gasp from MAGA land. It's like telling kids there's no Santa Claus, except these kids are grown adults who thought Trump was their personal get-out-of-jail-free card. Now, imagine MAGA hats drooping sadly across the country. Red faces are turning even redder, and this time, it's not from standing in the sun at Trump rallies. You've got supporters who were probably already planning their I got pardoned by Trump parties, and now they're left holding the bag, or in this case, the MAGA flag. But here's where it gets really juicy. Trump, the man who never met a microphone he didn't like, is suddenly doing his best impression of a mime. His silence is so loud you could hear a hair plug drop. It's like he's playing hide and seek, but forgot to tell his supporters they were playing. This isn't just any old silence, folks. It's the kind of silence that has MAGA fans feeling more abandoned than a toupee in a wind tunnel. They're left hanging, much like those wet MAGA flags after a rained out rally. You can almost see the little thought bubbles over their heads. But he said we were special. And just when you think the drama couldn't get any juicier, Vance tries to backpedal faster than Trump running from a salad bar. He's suddenly talking about garbage trials and how some folks might still get pardons. It's like watching someone try to put toothpaste back in the tube. Messy, awkward, and ultimately pointless. Just when you thought the MAGA drama couldn't get any more ridiculous, along comes Nick Fuentes to prove you wrong. Remember when Trump said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose voters? Well, Fuentes is about to test that theory in the most spectacular way possible. Nick Fuentes, the boy wonder of the far right, decided to throw a tantrum that would make even the most devoted Trumper cringe. Feeling betrayed by his orange idol, Fuentes took to social media to air his MAGA grievances, and boy did he air them. He demanded that Trump share his get-out-of-jail-free card with the January 6th gang, because apparently loyalty is a one-way street in MAGA land. Fuentes, in all his wisdom, declared, if Trump got a get-out-of-jail-free card, then so should everyone of his supporters who rallied for him January 6th. It's like he's playing some twisted version of MAGA Monopoly, where instead of collecting $200 when you pass go, you collect a pardon for attempted insurrection.
He said that Trump is considering pardoning everybody, but if you committed violence on that day, obviously you should not be pardoned. Let's stop right there. I'm Michael Popok. You're on the Midas Touch Network and on Legal AF. Remember J.D. Vance? I haven't seen him lately. If J.D. Vance is going to go out on the trail, so to speak, the way Joe Biden did for Obama, right? The way that Gore did for Clinton and the rest, he's likely to speak his mind here.
MAGA Twitter exploded faster than you can say cuff-fa-fe, with supporters divided between Team Trump can do no wrong and Team We've been Trumped. It was like watching a ketchup-covered wall in the White House dining room come to life and start arguing with itself. But it's not just Fuentes feeling the burn of betrayal. Poor Luke Lind, a January 6th defendant who pled guilty to interfering with law enforcement, reported feeling emotionally distraught over the lack of support from Trump.
Which will be to the special delight of the Democrats, because that MAGA group is not monolithic. I mean, there's a group in there that hates black and brown people, and Nick Fuentes, one of them. He's supposedly in charge of the confirmation hearings. How are those going so far? There hasn't even been one yet. I think one's coming up in about a week or two. And now he goes on Fox News and he gives a statement about who should and should not be pardoned. There's a group in there that, of course, hate the LGBTQ plus community. And immigration.
Oh, did someone expect the man who literally told them to march to the Capitol to have their back? That's adorable. The tension in MAGA world is so thick you could cut it with a My Pillow. Some supporters are feeling abandoned by Trump, while others are clinging to their red hats, believing he'll swoop in like a spray-tanned superhero to save the day. It's like watching a soap opera, but instead of evil twins and amnesia, we've got conspiracy theories and Twitter meltdowns. As the MAGA meltdown continues, you've got to wonder, will Trump's loyal followers finally see the light? Or will they keep waiting for pardons like kids waiting for Santa Claus, even though mom and dad, or in this case, J.D. Vance, already told them Santa isn't real? Well, folks, it looks like Trump's loyal MAGA crew is feeling about as special as a participation trophy at a losing Little League game. The Donald's silent treatment on the whole pardon fiasco has left his supporters scratching their heads and wondering if they've been dumped faster than a Trump university diploma. History tells us that when big shot politicians give their diehard fans the cold shoulder, it usually doesn't end well. It's like trying to ghost your clingy ex. They're not going to be happy, and they might just key your car, or in this case, refuse to vote for you. The million-dollar question now is, can the Trumpster charm his way out of this one, or has the MAGA love train finally derailed? One thing's for sure, Trump's art of the deal might need a new chapter. How to lose friends and alienate MAGA. Maybe he should have added a section on keeping promises for dummies while he was at it.